Hey guys, it's me, Vinny. I want to give a game recap, specifically for the Raiders game as they lost to the Indianapolis Colts in Jeff Saturday's first ever time as a head coach, despite never coaching the collegiate or professional levels at any positional or even head coaching job. He was the one that took over Frank Wright as the interim head coach of the Colts, and I'm very happy with the result because Matt Ryan got a chance to start. He played well. He didn't turn the ball over. He rushed for 40 yards. Good game for him. That's honestly just accumulate math. That's all you got to do. But for the Raiders, they really had this game in the bag for most of it. I mean, the Colts offense wasn't that great except for a few drives. And their defense wasn't that great too at trying to stop the Raiders. I really did think that in many instances, Carr probably had the better game than Ryan. But man, it was like the emphasis was on Adams. Adams had a good day, but how many games has the Raiders played in which they've given up leads heading into the fourth quarter? Like, you already had 3 losses where you're up 17 or more points, and you decided to get rid of Bisaccia for this guy? Listen, I want to see Josh McDaniels succeed, but he's not an NFL head coach. He wasn't a good coach with the Broncos, and he's not a good coach with the Raiders. Whether it's right now or at the end of the season, I think it would be best for the Raiders if they fire Josh McDaniels and just completely redo the coaching staff and just start fresh, because the Raiders are a bad team. They have the second worst record of the entire NFL. The only team worse is the Houston Texans. They're gutting for the second overall pick, despite having Max Crosby and Devontae Adams on your roster. That is utterly embarrassing. For an entire division that going into the season, people thought would have potentially all their teams make it. Hell, I personally had the Raiders making the playoffs as the 6th seed. But instead, what happened is the Chiefs are still dominant division. The Chargers are okay, but in a playoff spot. Broncos look terrible, and the Raiders look atrocious. They both look really bad. So the real question I have is who's going to get fired first, Nathaniel Hackett or Josh McDaniels? I would probably lean my money more towards Hackett because, Rob Walton owns the team. He has enough money to pay him and bring in another guy. So it wouldn't really shock me that much. But for McDaniels, I mean, you're still paying Dennis. I think you're still probably paying Dennis Allen after you fired him. You're probably still playing John Gruden. You're still paying Jack Del Rio. How many head coaches is this team going to go through? They've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 head coaches since Derek Carr was drafted. That's 6 head coaches, including 2 interim coaches. That is unacceptable. And yeah, Carr's not having a great year, and you're probably going to be done with him after the season. But you can't expect a team to consistently succeed. They came back and won 4 games last year, getting the 5 seed, only to lose to the Bengals, who were eventual AFC champions. But this is embarrassing by the Raiders. This is just purely embarrassing. They couldn't stop the Colts, a team with so much dysfunction, so much news that's going on. We weren't even sure if Ryan was going to start for it, but Ellinger starting. And you lose to that team. This is no insult to Jeff Saturday. He's a Hall of Fame center in my eyes, but he never coached at the NFL level, and you guys lost to him. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable performance by the Raiders. This could be it for Josh McDaniels, but if not, I won't be shocked if he's gone before the end of the season. But yeah, that's my thoughts, guys. Raiders lost. They're 2-7. I say at this point, try to tank for the number 1 pick, I guess. I mean, it's the best you can do at this point. Is it really worth being mediocre? But if you're going to be bad, be bad.